Could you imagine getting invited to one of your friends' house for dinner? And when you show up, they tell you, we got pigeon stew with fried oxtails and baked worms. And they bring the plate out. And you see that they are serious. At this point in your life, what you gonna do? Are you going to politely get up, excuse yourself, and get the hell out there? Or are you gonna say, oh well, what the hell, dig in and try something new? And I bring all that up to say this. If you are hanging around in a dysfunctional, unrewarding, unsatisfactory relationship, that's you. Eating pigeon stew, oxtails, and fried worms. That's the equivalent of it. Because if there is not something holding you there, like if there is not some kind of reason that you absolutely need to stay in this horrible relationship, you know, the one where when you get off work, you taking the scenic route home, like you riding all over the city, you hanging around the office, you stopping at 7-Eleven drinking a coffee with those people out there because you don't want to go home. And I'm talking about the people that's not actually stuck, meaning that there are no children involved, or the people that, let's say you just don't have a job. Because if you ain't got a job and you ain't got no income, well then you got to do what you got to do. Nah, I ain't talking to y'all. I'm talking about the people that can economically get the hell out of there. I'm talking about the people and you ain't got no kids holding you there. At some point, you just got to get tired of eating pigeon stew. Because freedom, I mean real freedom, out of that, see now that would be the equivalent of, let's say, having some lakefront property. Because freedom would give you what? Peace of mind. That's like going to that rooftop restaurant, ordering the good stuff. But that dysfunctional relationship, you know the one, where you can say anything, the slightest thing, and it sets your partner off to where they talking foul to you, to where they talking loud to you, to where they telling you they just don't like you in so many words. Yeah. When you hanging in that relationship, you know the relationship where you always one conversation away from an argument, a fight, or something else ridiculous. So if you hanging around in that relationship, yes, that's the equivalent of eating that pigeon stew, fried oxtails with the chopped worms, you know, baked up real good for you and served to you on a platter. Well, hint, I'm here to help you. You ain't got to stay. You ain't got to keep complaining. You ain't got to keep going through all this fussing and fighting and taking a long way home. You don't. Because on the other side, it's a little thing called, and I like to use this word, tranquility. You know, where you could just not have that miserable person in your life. Where instead of eating these pigeon stew, you can go to the rooftop restaurant, and we're going to call the rooftop restaurant peace of mind, not having that foul person in your life, not being in a relationship that you just get sick when you think about it. Yes, it is okay to walk away from a dysfunctional, horrible situation. It is. And think about it. Could it really be worse? If you already in something horrible, what you got to lose? It's already bad where you at. Especially, y'all ain't having romance no more. Or if you are, you having that hurry up and finish. You know I don't like this. You know I don't want to do that. You know I don't want to try that. If you in that kind of romance, that ain't good for your ego. Matter of fact, it's better to not have that kind of romance. So what I am really saying is this. If somebody talking bad to you on a regular basis, if you fussing and fighting on a regular basis, if you don't know where the other person's coming from, if you got to call your friends and be like, man, you won't believe what happened. Or girl, you won't believe what happened. If you, again, having conversations with your friends like, dog, guess what happened? Or girl, you won't believe this. If those like part of your everyday conversations,
red light camera reported ahead.
It is okay to leave that clown. Because here's the deal, stress will kill you. And the equivalent to leaving that person, this is what the equivalent is. That's you getting rid of the pigeon stew with oxtails and chopped worms. You ain't got to eat that crap no more. Now you can go to that rooftop restaurant. You can get that lobster tail with that stuffed crab on it. You can have that good view. You know what that good view is? Not seeing that person you can't get along with. When you look around and you don't see that clown no more, that's you at the rooftop restaurant looking off at the water. Yes. When you get rid of that loser, the scenery outside get better. Right now, you sitting in there with that loser, it's storming like hell outside. The wind blowing, clouds out there, lightning going on. Yes, that's you hanging around that dysfunctional relationship. But when you dump that person, oh my God, it seemed like it just got bright outside. Now you up on a hill, waterfront property. Yes, that's your life without the loser. It's gonna feel like you're up on a hill with waterfront property. You're gonna feel like you just walk down in your boat out there. It's gonna feel like you can sit on that thing, man, and drink a cold beer, puff a cigar if you like. Life is just a whole lot better with what I call peace of mind, tranquility. When you open your eyes and you look around and the loser that's been causing you hell, when they ain't there, you have arrived. You know how to, when you wave at, then it goes, you have arrived. Yes. When you get out that dysfunctional relationship, you're going to feel like you have arrived. Look here, y'all. My name is Daryl Moore. Check out my book, Money Hungry. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Peace, love, happiness. I'm out.